LPGA just did everything that the WNBA should have been doing this season. They did it all correct in literally one day.
A bombshell deal just shattered expectations, revealing a silent war simmering beneath the surface of women's professional sports. Caitlin Clark, the undeniable face of a new era, has inked a groundbreaking partnership with the LPGA, sending shockwaves far beyond the basketball court. But while the internet celebrated, a very different reaction brewed within the WNBA, culminating in a single explosive tweet from one of its biggest stars. This wasn't just a sponsorship. It was a spark that ignited a firestorm, laying bare a deep divide. Is the outrage real frustration or something far more personal? Let's dive into the chaos because the sports world can't stop talking about this. Caitlin Clark, the ratings magnet and endorsement queen, just bagged a sponsorship deal with the LPGA Tour. And yes, you heard that right. Not a one-off collab or a photo op, but a full contract. Reports say this mega deal is worth millions, spanning through the 2026 season and packed with cross-promotion events, brand features, and extensive marketing rights. This agreement isn't merely about golf. It ties Clark's image to women's golf as a potent symbol of female excellence and athletic empowerment, aiming to elevate the entire sport. This wasn't just a deal. It was a spark that ignited a firestorm, and what happened next would shock everyone. As soon as that press release dropped, the internet went nuclear. While most fans celebrated, offering a collective "good for her, she's earned it," others, including some very familiar faces in the WNBA, weren't so happy. Enter Aliyah Wilson. Now, Aliyah is too media trained to mention Clark by name, but she didn't have to. One tweet and boom, every sports blog had a headline within minutes. So you telling me you can miss shots and still get golf money now? That was it. That was enough. Within seconds, replies flooded, with fans demanding, "Just say Caitlin Clark and go." Because let's be honest, who else could she possibly be talking about? Caitlin Clark's name has become a trigger point for half the league. Every move she makes, every deal she signs, every photo she posts, somebody, somewhere, loses their mind over it. This LPGA deal just took things to another level. But this isn't just about a tweet. It's about a harsh reality simmering beneath the surface. Let's be clear, Caitlin Clark has made more money in 2 years than most WNBA players make in their entire careers. That's not a critique. It's a fact. She's become the marketing goldmine the league desperately needed. But her meteoric success keeps making other stars look like extras in their own movie. Aliyah Wilson boasts 2 MVP titles, multiple championships, and a resume most players would DMN near kill for. Yet when it comes to sponsorships, she's barely in the same conversation. That's the real reason this story blew up. It's not just about Clark's golf deal. It's about a league split down the middle between the old guard and the new star power. Clark represents the media's new toy, fresh, marketable, and adored by sponsors. Wilson represents the grind, the player who dominated before the cameras even showed up. So when the LPGA deal hit, Aliyah's tweet wasn't just shade. It was a battle cry. And you can't really blame her for being salty. The timing was rough. She just wrapped a historic season and barely got a fraction of the attention Clark gets just by breathing. It's like Aliyah wins a title and the media goes, "Cool. Now back to Caitlin's Instagram story." That stings, but it's also the stark reality of modern sports. It's not always about how well you play. It's about how many eyeballs you bring with you. And Caitlin Clark brings eyeballs like nobody else. It's a bitter pill to swallow when your hard-won victories are overshadowed by someone else's social media buzz. The LPGA saw it. Sponsors see it. Every brand with a marketing budget understands it. They want someone who sells tickets, moves merch, and keeps the internet buzzing. Aliyah Wilson, for all her undeniable talent, has never been that person. She's respected, but she's not a headline magnet. Caitlin Clark is a story machine, and that drives some of these veterans absolutely insane. Now let's talk numbers for a second. The rumor floating around is that the LPGA deal is somewhere around $6 to $8 million, spread over 2 years. It includes major brand events, a few cross-promotions, and a shared media project with Titleist and Nike Golf. Caitlin Clark is so good, she's got people following golf who never cared before, now knowing who Nelly Korda is. And if there's one thing we can count on with Clark, it's that she's going to draw a crowd. from the court to the course. So yeah, Clark just became the bridge between basketball and golf, a dual sport marketing machine. And you can almost hear Aja's teeth grinding from Las Vegas because this isn't the first time Clark has overshadowed her. This isn't just about talent. It's about a carefully crafted empire, and some are feeling the seismic shifts. Remember the WNBA Finals press coverage last season? The Aces won the championship again, and Clark was the top trending topic on social media that very same day. That's the kind of thing that turns respect into deep-seated resentment. To make it worse, fans keep fueling the fire. Some Clark fans don't just celebrate her, they use her success to tear others down. Comments like, "She's the real face of the league," or "She's doing more for the WNBA than anyone else." Now, those comments might be statistically true, but they're also gasoline on an already burning ego battle. So when Aja saw that LPGA announcement, she snapped. Not publicly enough to get fined, but just enough to send a message. And that message was loud and clear. "I'm tired of being the MVP that gets treated like a background character." Here's the funny part though. Caitlin Clark has never clapped back. Not once. She doesn't tweet about it, doesn't shade anyone, doesn't even acknowledge the drama. That's part of why brands love her. She's the PR dream, clean, focused, and non-controversial. Meanwhile, others get caught in Twitter fights and turn off sponsors in the process. Caitlin just keeps signing deals and keeping quiet. And that quiet hurts more than any trash talk ever could because Aja can win another ring, but Caitlin will still make more headlines for hitting a golf ball on Instagram. That's the power difference in marketing. It's not fair, but it's brutally real. While others engage in online feuds, Clark's quiet strategy is proving to be her most powerful weapon. Even fans from outside basketball are jumping into the debate. Golf fans are cheering for the collab, saying Clark's personality might finally make the LPGA mainstream. Meanwhile, some old-school WNBA supporters are rolling their eyes, saying, "She's everywhere but the playoffs." The split is growing, and the league can feel it. Now, here's where things get even more interesting. The LPGA deal wasn't just random. This was a carefully planned move, months in the making. Word is Nike helped broker part of the partnership, wanting to build an athlete crossover image, and Caitlin Clark was the perfect face for it. Why? Because she already represents something bigger than basketball. She represents buzz. Every league that partners with her suddenly sees more views, more clicks, and more merchandise sales. So, from a business angle, it's genius. But from the WNBA side, it's chaos. Aja Wilson's frustration represents what a lot of players are quietly thinking, that Caitlin's global fame isn't being shared evenly across the league. It's like the Caitlin Clark effect lifted the WNBA, but only for some. Everyone else is still waiting for the tide to reach them. And now that she's stretching her influence beyond basketball, some players feel completely left behind. They're out here fighting for bonuses and basic marketing deals while Caitlin is signing multi-million-dollar contracts outside her own sport. That's the kind of thing that creates tension in locker rooms, in interviews, even at league meetings. Players start feeling like props in the Caitlin show, and fans notice that energy. This isn't just a personal feud. It's exposing deeper cracks within the entire league, and the next move could define its future.
In a previous video, how this Pro-Am event originally wasn't even going to be televised, but there were so many fans who were emailing the organization saying, "How can we watch Caitlin? Can we come to the event? Can you live stream it?" All of these things. And it ended up being put on television. And that was great. Fans were really excited about that. There was so much buzz online. She was trending on Twitter, all of the things. And the LPGA was promoting the crap out of this event. And they also did something really smart by pairing her up with their currently #1 golfer in the world.
Within hours of her tweet, Aja Wilson started trending, and not in a good way. Fans were calling her bitter, jealous, and insecure. Some even started comparing her to the people who complained when Tiger Woods first broke golf records, saying, "Here we go again. Another star mad at someone else's success." That comparison deeply hurt. Aja tried to walk it back later, claiming her tweet was taken out of context and that she was just joking. But by that point, the internet had already decided what she meant. And you know how social media works. Once people pick a side, the debate becomes a full-blown circus. Half the comments were defending Caitlin like she's a national treasure. The other half reminded everyone that Wilson is still one of the best to ever do it. But here's the truth, both things can be true. Caitlin Clark can be the most marketable athlete right now, and Aja Wilson can still feel underappreciated. The problem is the way the league handles that balance or doesn't. The WNBA keeps talking about growth, but their own stars keep feuding instead of celebrating each other. And the league lets it happen because controversy equals clicks. If the WNBA actually had a strong PR department, they'd have immediately turned this into a marketing win, showcasing two amazing athletes dominating their sports. Instead, they let it become another Caitlyn versus Aja war on social media. And you can bet the sponsors noticed. Brands want happy, united faces, not messy headlines. But they also know that every time Caitlyn Clark's name trends, their products sell out. So guess who wins? Yeah, Caitlyn again. This isn't just about a personal feud. It's exposing deeper cracks within the entire league, and the next move could define its future. Now here's the twist. People close to the LPGA are saying this deal could be the start of something much bigger. They want to launch a joint exhibition event where WNBA and LPGA stars team up for charity. It's supposed to showcase cross-sport sisterhood. But knowing how things go, that could either be the most inspiring event ever or a total tension-filled disaster. Can you imagine Caitlyn Clark teeing off next to Nelly Korda while Aja Wilson tries to smile through the press photos? Yeah, that's meme material of the year. But honestly, this isn't new. We've seen this kind of jealousy before in every sport. When LeBron became the face of the NBA, older stars weren't thrilled either. When Serena Williams started dominating tennis endorsements, other players rolled their eyes. It's the same cycle. Success brings money, money brings visibility, and visibility brings envy. Aja's just the latest athlete caught in that emotional crossfire. And here's the sad part. She doesn't even realize how much she's proving Caitlyn's value every time she reacts. The more you talk about her, the bigger she gets. It's like the Streisand effect for sports fame. Complain about someone enough, and they become even more relevant. Meanwhile, Caitlyn Clark hasn't said a single word. No interviews, no clapbacks, just business as usual. She's probably somewhere laughing with her agent, signing her next contract while the internet keeps fighting for her. And honestly, that might be the smartest move of all, because while everyone's arguing about who deserves what, she's stacking checks from multiple industries: basketball, golf, fashion, tech. Next thing you know, she'll be doing a Netflix docu-series or a Nike film. Caitlyn Clark isn't just playing the game. She's rewriting how it's marketed. And Aja Wilson? She's still trying to figure out why her two MVPs don't get the same return. It's not because Aja's not talented. She's incredible. It's because Caitlyn has what every business wants: visibility. She's the person you can build a brand around. Her fan base is loyal, loud, and always online. That's gold in 2025. So while Aja vents on Twitter, Caitlyn's building an empire, one endorsement at a time. It's a dangerous game where every reaction only amplifies Clark's influence, while others struggle to keep pace.
Caitlyn Clark's so good, she's got me following golf. And thanks to her, I now know who Nelly Korda is. And if there's one thing we can count on with Clark, it's that she's going to draw a crowd from the court to the course.
How long can this tension last before it spills into something bigger? Because it's not just about Aja and Caitlyn anymore. This whole dynamic could split the league. You've got the old school players who think Clark gets everything too easy. Then you've got the new wave of fans who think the league owes its revival to her alone. And somewhere in the middle sits the WNBA front office, pretending everything's fine while secretly hoping both sides keep talking, because at least people are paying attention. It's messy, it's dramatic, and it's exactly what keeps the headlines rolling. But if the WNBA doesn't figure out how to manage this, they'll end up destroying the unity they've spent years trying to build. Because whether you love or hate Caitlyn Clark, you can't deny she's made the league bigger than ever. The challenge now is making sure everyone benefits from that, not just her. As for Aja Wilson, she's got two options: keep firing off tweets that make her look bitter, or pivot and capitalize on the attention. Because right now, her name's trending because of Clark. And that's not how an MVP should live in the headlines. If she's smart, she'll turn it into a power move, sign her own major deal, launch a podcast, start a brand, something. Show that she's more than the player who got mad online. Because fans love authenticity, but they hate pettiness. And right now, that's the fine line she's walking. Meanwhile, Caitlyn Clark just keeps on winning, both on and off the court. The LPGA deal is just another piece in her growing empire. And love her or hate her, she's playing the fame game perfectly. You can't teach that kind of control. She's turning silence into strategy and backlash into buzz. And if Aja Wilson doesn't adapt soon, she's going to keep getting left behind in the noise. So, what's your take? Is Aja Wilson right to be mad? Or is Caitlin Clark just outworking everyone off the court too? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I want to hear it. And if you enjoyed the breakdown, make sure to hit like, subscribe, and share.